Welcome home, Great Slayer.
Alert the priest.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NachitoPlayzzz, and we are continuing Doom Eternal. Sorry about that, guys. We had to open up with the whatchamacallit, the cutscene. But yeah, man, we are now at Sentinel Prime. Last episode, we revisited Mars, and we managed to go to the gates of hell to be able to travel to this part, which is Sentinel Prime, which is in fact the title of this mission. And apparently so, the last Hell Priest is here, and we're about to go get him. We do have a couple, I think we do have a couple new entries. Let me see. Right here. Okay, so we got the... What are these things? So I'm noticing that I'm coming across newer enemies and stuff like that when I do the Slayer key portion. So yeah, so let's see. Yurdog's population is mainly comprised of drones, being that exists as extensions of the Khan Maker's will. Though each endowed with their own unique identity, they remain biologically unable to resist a command from their Khan, and so function in a perfectly synchronized colony system. Drones never leave Yurdog, their bodies not yet mature enough to avoid harm while crossing dimensions. Yurdog? What's Yurdog? I think it's a stage that later on we might come across. But I think that's it. Alright. I'm noticing that there's nothing to like... Yeah, there's no challenges, no nothing. So I don't know what's going on. Sentinel Prime. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Alright, Sentinel Prime, Vega data entry. The ancient arena is a holy place of the people of Argent Denor, constructed in the earliest days of their history. The Colosseum served as a proving ground of trial by combat. Historical records indicate that the Argenta did not joe their own kind. Rather, prisoners and criminals were granted the right to earn their chance of regaining their honor through victory in the arena. Those who succeeded were given a place to fight in the front lines of the Sentinel army, to die in the service of Argent Denor. This traditional use of the arena was subsided since the assimilation of the Dark Realm. The corrupted priests now allow more violent exchange with armed captives pitted against demons for sport. The priests of the Order Diog continue to hold undisputed power on Argent Denor. Spilling the blood of the Argent Ascendants class will result in the transgressor banishment. Asylum amongst the Argenta will be denied to any who do not adhere to the rules of engagement. Alright. Interesting.
We found him in the valley, just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
Guts.
What?
Huge guts. kill them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet.
In spite of his injuries.
Send him to the arena. Let him be judged like the others.
Huh. Interesting. So the Doomslayer is already familiar with the priest? Because those are the priests before they were corrupted by Argent Energy. Alright, History of the Sentinels Part 4. Oh. Okay, hold on. Alright. Translation from the Ligra Sotagenta, Book of the Kings. In the time of King Novik, as the Argenta secured peace and safety through dimensions across time and space, an outlander came to us. He was not of our world, and spoke in an ugly tongue. How he first took step upon our land it was unknown. Sentinel scouts had found the outlander bloodied, clawed, and near death, mumbling an impending doom on the forces of darkness. The scent of blood followed him, and the gore that stained his armor seemed not entirely his own. By Argento law, the stranger would be judged in the Colosseum, where he would be given the chance of all who strayed the path to fight for his freedom. We knew not of this stranger. His mind seemed crippled with rage. He dressed in an attire not suited for our lands and carried munition of arcane origin. We watched as his will overcame his injuries. In the blood arena, he proved his worth. The Outlander's technique was crude and brutal, but the determination in his charge echoed that any true-born sentinel. His war cry echoed through the Colosseum, as did the sound of his fury, and the guards cheered for his banner. Rip and tear, they shouted as the beast pushed beyond mortal wounds and certain death. He would be gifted no rank, no title. The survivors in the arena were provided with only one reward: the right to earn the honorable death while spreading the blessings of the Makers to those in need. The Outlander's determination was witnessed, his ravings documented, and through the word of the Order of Diog, the Khan Maker had him brought before her. She set her minions to learning his tongue. For his ugly words he spoke of lands unseen, creature born of fire, and a dark place unknown to the queen of her caste. Yet another opportunity to expand the gift of the Makers to those in need. Wow. Okay. So this iteration of Doom guy is responsible for this version of Doom then. Alright.
I offer you, O great powerful one, a sign of truce.
Alright, History of Sentinel Part 5. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Transition of the Ligor Sargento Book of the Kings. On the eve of the Black Star, the Dark Ones came from the world beneath our own. Not through ship nor infernal vessel, but through the fabric of dimension. Out of the swirly fiery gates came a horned beast from their timeless realm. First one, then many crashing waves of evil swelled of the obsidian forest of the Argentian overlands. The Alarum clans from the eastern mountain fell first to the black hordes of the devils, and the city of Talarum was slung under the weight of their charge. We sentinels rose to meet the beast, with spear in hand. the might of the holy fleet striking back at the demons. But the dark gates from whence they came gave birth still to even a greater hordes. A line of blood was drawn with the fallen of both sides, and the unholy wars began as the time of darkness came upon us. Oh, sheesh. Okay. Okay, came from there. I'm full with shield, so I'm alright with that.
I know of what you have left behind. Go back to it then. Leave this crusade. You cannot save them. They have asked me for this, and so I give it to them. If you let the priest live, then I will return to you what the demons took from you so long ago. You need only turn back, and it will be yours again. All the pain you carry will be gone.
Nah, I'm straight. Okay, so got a couple stuff. Alright, let's see. History of Sentinels. Alright, History of the Sentinels, Part 6. So that's an imp. Translation of the Book of Kings. Unlike enemies of the past, we cannot contain the demons or emergent from the dark realm. Their weaponry was not conjured from machine steel, but from the essence of their very being. A dark magic not known to us in our many conquests had grown overconfident. Our victory serving to dull our blade as we drank in the glory of our expanding empire. Lost we knew not of how to prevail against this foe. The Maker God stood perplexed, and our engineers and the priests scrambled to find the advantage in battle so we desperately needed. Unknown to the enemy, we were pushed to the brink of defeat, and our God stood with us as we worked to find a good answer. The Order of Diog were the first to unlock the mystery of these foul creatures. The priests were able to capture several of the beasts and set about to identify the source of their power. It was then that the essence of the Dark Realm was discovered, not wholly unlike our own. This power was a life essence that flowed through the twisted form of power that powered their attacks. It could be harnessed to power our own weapons, giving the Argenta the chance to combat the demons on even footing. The priests believed that with greater knowledge of the essence, we could discover its source and cut it off from the demons to strangle their armies from within, allowing us to regain the advantage we required for victory on the battlefield. The Calm Maker gave blessings to our Majesty and directed the priests to delve deeper into the mysteries of the Scarlet Elixir from the demonic realm, for she sought only return balance to our universe. Proper assimilation was required as hell stood beyond her influence. After great effort, the priests discovered more than they had ever hoped for. They learned of the true nature of demonic energy and how it could straighten those skilled enough to harness its power. The energy coursing through the malformed bodies of our relentless enemies could be used to the end of life or to enhance it. The power to heal to men immortality, knowledge and enlightening faculties beyond our understanding. With the demon's life force in the skilled hands of Sentinel priests and under the righteous gaze of the Khan Maker, our people will not only rise to victory over their own holy horde, that clawed our walls. We will move into a higher plateau of existing, ushering in a new era of military science and industrial healing. No sentinel will grow sick, no maker will need to suffer, no transfiguration that they so feared. All will be risen. None could ever oppose to peaceful ways and threaten our world again. True balance over hell and its legions, over space and time in this world and all others. We would dictate the order. United with the makers, we would find peace eternal. Sure, buddy. Okay, so now. Wait. Oh, there's stuff up here. Oh, this is another codex. Alright. Part 7. Alright, we got part 7 of the history. The carmaker demanded a tithe of the essence, and driven by her desire, the priests submitted themselves to her will. The order of Adia took counsel with the king, speaking only of the spoil lands sure to be found through the cleft creation and the opportunity to purge the new invaders from Argent Denor. We took the war to their cursed land, pressing through the gates of wizardry. There was one among us who seemed to know the true nature of these foul demons. It was the Outlander, the stranger who had come to us from a place unknown. He would he who had survived in the front lines far longer than any Sentinel-born prisoner had was evident has wait no. Where? Oh gosh, I lost myself. His passion for okay. He who survived in front of the lines far longer than any Sentinel-born prisoner had before. His passion for battle against vile horde was evident. His lust for the destruction matching our own. Through the Argent Denur remained a foreign land to him. His fervor caught the attention of the inquisitors of the Sentinel Guard, some whispering of the suspect alliance he held secret with the demons. Silencing the critics, King Novik deemed him worthy of selection. The signifiers brought a commission to our king, and it was decided that he be lifted from the common rabble. Through the arena, born prisoner had ever been granted this honor. The Night Sentinels broke tradition and deemed to the Outlander worthy of training. A number of disciples grumbled and chaffed at the barbarian present in their ranks, but in the war with the demons, all opportunities for even the slightest advantage were to be considered. And as they witnessed the strangers spar with their hall masters, found him in an undying, unrelenting compatriot. This man was an outsider, friend to none, and yet rose each time he was thrown to the dirt of the circle. Battered and bruised, his brow stained with the blood, he rose with a grim determination for the chance to face his enemies in armed combat once again. Time passed, and the stranger was instructed in the confide matrices of the order, the ancient lessons of battle and brotherhood, taught all sentinels he could sense the opportunity before him. Soon all hell would feel his wrath once again. Satisfied, he would not be determined to their prowess. The Night Sentinels granted him his wish as they ventured through the hell gates with the stranger in tow. They knew no rest, fighting in the unnatural elements and training under the blood moon of the night. The stranger suffered exhaustion, wounds, and sickness, but asked for no aid and was ordered none. Three times the night sentinels ventured into the gate and back, and upon every return the stranger strode more capable than before. His gait locked in the step with the march of the sentinels, a disciplined and now controlled lust for demon blood ever present. The passing of the years and the innumerous battles with the devil indentured the strangers of Argenta's mightiest warriors, and no longer did they consent to him as a new-blooded conscript. For to them he had become a brother in arms forged in war, an ally and a weapon. All right, so homeboy did made friends. Oh, let's go. Got my one up.
I pity the humans. I do. Theirs is a hard role to play. But I too have a world to save. Without their souls, there can be no hell energy, and the Argent will cease to flow. I cannot allow this to happen. You will not stand in the way of Erdak's progress. This is how it has always been done. It is not for you to deny us our chance at prosperity.
Alright. Didn't mean to shoot, but I did. Oh, I got my automat. Oh, there's a codex over there. Alright, History of the Sentinels Part 8. Look at that. Alright, book, translation, History of the Sentinels Part 8, translations of the Book of the Kings. As we warred with the beasts, the Argenta Society grew under the watchful eye of the Makers, and through the endless power of the Ensigns. While our generals were consumed with the unholy war, our culture was marked by the beautiful potion the enemy had provided us, the sweet elixir. It brought us immeasurable capacity and empowered us to reach farther into dimension once thought to be beyond our grasp. Under the direction of our maker gods and the engineering of the high priest, our weapons blaze and our war machines storm. The throngs of the populace drank deeply from the well of energy unveiled by the priests, but we, the night sentinels, took no part in their abundance. Some among us whispered accusation and warnings against the matter of progress, but they were quelled, as it was not our role to dictate the future of our people, only to defend it. All right. Let's see what's over here. Oh, another one up. I need it, and I want it. I want the one up. And I got this right here. Let's go. Alright, let's see. Okay, so I think we're good. Oh, we got another codex. Alright, History of the Sentinels Part 9. Look at that. Okay. Translation of the Book of the Kings. As the Black Star ascended to its zenith, King Novik sat restless on his throne as a howling darkness began to assemble just beyond the mountain rise to the east. The blight became upon us in droves. flooding forth from the Hellgate with merciless fury. They brought with them a monstrous titan, the what? The dreadnought, a beast to rival a structure of menace of even the mightiest ancestral. The grotesque giant laid waste to all before him, crushing all in his path. This was a total demonic assault, striking at the heart of Argent Denor as never before. How was it that that behemoth could pass through the demonic gate without warning? We will never know, though the Night Sentinels believed treason was at play. Caught off guard, the Sentinels scrambled the late defiance in the Titan and his horde, and with his coming the holy city of Taurus Nabad prepared for judgment. With the onslaught of the demons massed into the sprawling shadow of the abhorrent fiend, the city shook to its foundation. No, none was spared, save those that fled the north. The vile swarm ransacked our temples and palaces, burning our towers and feasting on the souls of clergy. Yet the Night Sentinels rallied, rallied and held no, that's not rallied. Yeah, rallied and held fast against the demons, though they were pushed back pushed back and corralled at the blood arena. As the dark of the night descended, the swords remained potent and shred the enemy multiple with the abandonment, and missed the unyielding ranks of the sentinels. When all other apprentices had fallen in battle, stood the Outlander, repping terror. He roared ferociously in battle. The remaining conscripts of the arena stood in awe as they witnessed the beast who had once raged with him within their very cells, now armored alongside with their shoulders of his sentinels brethren. He had risen where none other had before, a true-born sentinel fighter, the very best among them. But though the swarm fell before the assault, the Titan remained invincible, for none could tame the behemoth alone. In the hours before dawn, as the night sentinels weathered the relentless assault, the Outlander held his ground at the foot of the great wall in vigor. Samor Chancellor, the Mother God, hurried the Outlander away under the veil of secrecy, and for reasons unknown, submitted him into a rite untold. This was hearsay, for Samor received a constant from the Khan Maker, nor did he receive her counsel. In the Chapel of Purity, the Outlander submitted himself to the divinity machine. There, Samor Maker, the Seraphim known to us only as the aside to the Mother God, blessed the Outlander with the fierce speed and power to match his will. It was the method by which his transfusion took place that was the most uncertain to us, for we were the knowledge that the Maker device bestowed onto the Argenta so many generations ago was to be used by the priests only to find the impurity among us. How could it be that the device that was meant to cool the Sentinel breed of its contaminants could then be used to purify the Outlander's body and give rise to the one who lead us into battle and henceforth? Huh. Well, they salty then. They mad.
I cannot stand by and watch as you put our future at risk. And the energy will continue to flow. People's survival against mine.
Diagraph. Wow, look at that. Alright, Vega Dating entry. Dia Grav remains the most powerful of the Hell Priests amongst the people of Argent Denir, frequently visiting his ancient homeworld, the lord over the populace. Arrogant and pompous, Grav calls for blood sport in the arena to entertain his fallen citizens of Sentinel Prime. Since the demonic invasion of Earth began, he has operated on the planet's surface among with his fellow Hell Priests to direct Hell's forces, but after the deaths of Diog Narlox and Diog Ranak, he has fled to safety to the arena. It was Diog Grav who facilitated the torment and eventually betrayed the Sentinel commander Valen, taking the keys to the sepulcher of elements and opening the vault of the sleeping wraith. The ancient creatures were abducted, transported to hell, and tortured to siphon away their power. He used the heart of Valen's son to emanate the icon of sin, a titan still spoken of in legend throughout the Argent Denor. Codex here. Gladiator. Alright. Am I gonna fight that thing? In the years following the end of the Golden Age, competing factions of Argent Denir turned against one another. An insidious influence had beset itself upon the Sentinel people, corrupting its once held sacred traditions. The Colosseums, once place of honorable combat, where prisoners of the Argenta were tested for the right to fight in the front lines of the army, has since become a place of blood sport. In violation of the Sentinel law, the priests have encaged a demon there, a merciless executioner, used to enact judgment on their decree. The gladiator wielding a cursed shield with entombs the tormented soul of their undying master, remains undefeated in battle, infamous for the many lives he has claimed. Well, not anymore, because I'm here, bro. Oh, here we go.
You'll make a fine addition to the front line, stranger.
The demons! They are everywhere. Must kill them all!
Dress his wounds and bring him to us. I want to know more about the others he speaks of.
Yes, Your Grace. If Sentinel holy blood is spilled on these grounds, you will lose all sovereignty here.
Here we go. Shoot him when this has been started. Okay. go. Ooh, let's go. Out of here. Pack them up. Over.
This stops nothing. Earth will be consumed, regardless of what.
The portal is ready. We should leave immediately.
Hellbeast eliminated. Yes, sir. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for checking this video out. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And also hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss any gaming content, alright? Also, follow me on all social media at NachitoPlayzzz. And yeah, man. But yeah, man, thank you guys for checking this video out. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.